Please welcome to the stage the CEO of the Environmental Media Association, Debbie Levin.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the 32nd Annual Emma Awards. God, it's so beautiful. It's our privilege to be the only award show that honors and celebrates storytellers for educating and inspiring change to preserve our Earth. Our newest generation of climate leaders understand that we don't have 7 generations left if we don't act now. In the previous 20s, the 1920s, the youth that would go on to form America were soon to be dubbed the greatest generation. But in truth, the young adults of the 2020s have already proven to have the makings of becoming the real greatest generation. Yes. This year, we're so proud to introduce our Emma Activist Board, who are poised to be those leaders. Overwhelmingly brilliant, action-oriented, and positive that they are the generation that will be the solution. We are all here because we love our family. Family is why we care about tomorrow. All species were created to reproduce, and thus we are a planet of generations. We want them to be happy, healthy, have delicious and enriching food, clean water. We want them to have everything. Innovations in the industrial and technological sectors have given us a life that our grandparents wouldn't have dreamed possible, but it's wreaked havoc on our natural resources. Climate is a really big word, and often a word that's confusing and very misunderstood. As storytellers, our responsibility is to not only entertain, but to enlighten and educate through our work. We strive to help guide realistic and urgent actions to protect families and communities that we hold close. With our newest legislative achievement, the Inflation Reduction Act, more funds are being allocated for climate mitigation than ever before in history. Earmarked for energy security and climate change, meaning clean energy jobs, reducing emissions, and hopefully rethinking the farming industry to support farmers and move towards a cleaner agricultural industry. But legislation is not a panacea. We all have the ability to be activists for our own lives. I've been saying this for over 2 decades, and it's still so true, yet needs to be constantly repeated. We make choices every day. We have the power to choose the food, the products, and the companies that we support with our business. That's personal activism. And if everybody exercised that right, we would lead the process instead of waiting for laws to be implemented. This is our 21st anniversary celebrating and promoting alternative fuel vehicles with Toyota. Electrifying their entire fleet of products is their mandate in the very immediate future. I can confidently say that starting with one car, the iconic Prius, Toyota remains the global leader in sustainable technology in scope and innovation. For just as long, we've been selling these EEVs alongside our partners, Emma past honoree, Emma board member, Mike Sullivan, and his LA Car Guy family of dealerships. Montage International, with both Montage and Pendry properties, has been literally our home for the last 7 years, hosting our annual Emma Impact Summit in the spring. City National Bank has been our bank for all of the 32 years we were in existence, and dear supporters. Working this past year with The Hollywood Reporter feels like we've been together for decades. We have mad synergy, and working together is a joy. JPMS gave us Angus and Mara, creating their clean beauty line as the venerable company trailblazes towards sustainable practices. Climate and Health Foundation and the University of Colorado School of Medicine literally created the climate medicine specialty with Dr. Jay Lemery and his fan club giving us an authentic climate superstar on our board. Kellogg Garden Products taught us about soil, Santa Rita wines, organic grapes, and with Star Wagons, we learned that solar is indeed possible on location, and trailers can be sustainable as well. And all of our studios, with extra thanks to Paramount for their support and belief in our programs. Look at this gorgeous space. Our new partners, Sunset Studios, are generously sharing with us this carbon neutral lot. In fact, all 3 Sunset Studio lots in Hollywood have been procuring 100% renewable electricity from both on-site and off, and all 3 have achieved the very first Emma Green Seal for a studio lot. So amazing. Our board of directors and corporate board have been the heart, the connection, and the messengers that are able to compassionately tell stories in a way that is inclusive, optimistic, and motivating. We love and honor them all for their never-ending passion and willingness to jump in, guiding us all to be the change. There is nothing that excites me more than a young voice. A young, powerful, loud, meaningful voice. Billie Eilish, everyone. Billie is the voice for not only hers, but for all generations. She has taken on the role to educate and guide her billions of fans to understand that our actions have the ability to shift our climate to a place that she and the rest of her generation deserve to inhabit. Just coming back from a months-long international tour, Overheated has accomplished more to inspire and educate her fans than any tour in history. It's amazing, guys. She is so wildly talented and so extraordinarily dedicated to environmental advocacy that she is our superstar for the planet and the recipient for the Emma Missions in Music Award. And as I said earlier, family is everything. Family is a superpower. And Maggie Baird, Billie's mom, is that hero that taught her children that personal activism can and will affect change. Maggie is a powerful leader in the environmental movement in her own right, founding and supporting and running Support and Feed. She will, along with Overheated and the organization she founded, be receiving the Missions in Music Award alongside her daughter. Nikki Reed is an innovator in life. Designer, writer, photographer, reluctant actor, mom. For those of you who know Nikki, not only do you love her, but you are constantly in awe of her creativity and energy. Longtime Emma board member, we're so thrilled to shine a light on her and her uniquely sustainable Bayou with Love with the Emma Innovator Award. And by the way, look at my earrings. These are Nikki's. They're fabulous. I'd like to thank our incredible teams that have been working with us literally forever. Frank and the Sonova team, Michael and Heather and the gang at Element, David Wild, and our social guru, Jay Jasinski. New to our gang, Eli and his team at ESC Lifestyle, and Aisha, who without Aisha, nothing would happen. And Asher, with whom I share a brain and genes, actually, who has supported us to keep all of this going. And to all of you for being here tonight as we move forward in our efforts to create a safe and equitable community. I want to bring out my community for a minute. I'm very excited to present our trophy presenter this evening, my oldest granddaughter, first time, my angel, Stella Monkarsh. And I'm going to do a shout out to Stella's sister and brother, Olive and Hudson, who are here tonight for their first Emma Awards. My babies. Now, this is a sentence I have not said in 22 years. I am overjoyed to introduce our hosts this evening. Longtime Emma board member, my BFF, the brilliant actor, environmentalist, the iconic Wendie Malick, and her dear friend, former but forever co-star, the renowned actor and comedian, and the guy who saved my ass my very first year doing this in 2000, the uniquely talented David Spade.
Oh, thank you, Debbie. Welcome to the Environmental Media Awards 2022. And what a thrill it is to be joined by my brilliant and hilarious friend who last co-hosted with me a mere 22 years ago, David Spade.
Thank you, Wendie. The year was 2000. It was such a different time. We had all just survived Y2K. By the way, Y3K is coming up, everyone, so it's just around the corner. Beyonce was still with Destiny's Child, and the #1 show on TV was a little show called Just Shoot Me.
No, David, no, we were not #1. That was Friends.
Wait, they told me that.
Just continue.
Here's what I do remember. Back then, the EMAs, the Emmas, as I call them, were held, if I remember correctly, at the Denny's on Cahuenga, which is right.
It's absolutely not
Right
true.
there. It's the Arby's on Highland, I think it was.
You continue to amaze me, David.
The great news is I thought we fixed this whole climate change thing with that one. By the way, when I went to Magic Mountain in August, it was 107. Take it from me. By the way, that place is more mountain than magic, just off the record. It's not even close. It's not even 50-50. When I felt that 107 heat, I said, oh no, that climate change is back.
All right, I'm sorry, David. I'm not sure that you fully understand the gravity of this situation. It's not back. It has always been here. But some good news is Emma has done amazing things over the past few decades, advocating for strong environmental messages by our leading storytellers and fighting the good fight on so many fronts. But you definitely can't say problem solved.
Next year, 2 microphones. Wow, that's awkward because I brought a whole banner to drop behind us that said environmental mission accomplished. Look, I don't want to play the blame game, but for some reason I feel like this is all Lance Bass's fault.
Listen, we are thrilled that you're finally back at the Emmas tonight, David. Even Lance is thrilled. But have you been doing anything to help save the planet these past 22 years?
You weren't supposed to ask me that. Of course I have. I did start a new podcast with Dana Carvey this year called Fly on the Wall.
And lovely as that is, that you and Dana have a big hit podcast, how exactly is that saving the planet?
Listen, Wendie, originally Dana wanted to start a coal mine, all right? I said, no, let's do a podcast. Let's see how that goes. Also, I selflessly decided not to take a private jet here from my condo in El Segundo. That's something.
Well, thank you so much for that. Now, I know I speak for the entire Emma family when I say we're all happier than ever, that our honorees tonight include a remarkable mother-daughter team. This year's Missions in Music Award is going to Billie Eilish, her mother, Maggie Baird, and their Overheated by Support and Feed program. And just a side note, David, you're old enough to be Billie Eilish's father, yet still juvenile enough to be her son. But enough about you. We have so many impressive nominees here tonight in categories covering TV and film, and I am so happy to say that tonight we are also presenting the Innovator Award to longtime Emma board member and friend, Nikki Reed. The Innovator Award will be presented to Nikki by Catherine Hardwicke, who directed her in Twilight. But even before that, she directed Nikki in the critically acclaimed indie film 13, which they co-wrote and earned Nikki's co-star Holly Hunter an Oscar nomination.
Thank you, Wendie. That was a big chunk that I didn't get to talk for a little bit. But that was very impressive. I have been nominated for a few Razzies myself. I know what it takes.
And I still can't believe you lost any Razzies. Here to elevate this discourse and begin our very special presentation of this year's Missions in Music Honors, please welcome two young activists who give us hope for the future of this movement and this world. The founder of Black Girl Environmentalist, Wawa Gatheru, and the environmental educator and founder of Queer Brown Vegan, Isaias Hernandez.
Hi, everyone. Isaias and I feel tremendously honored and truly thrilled with our mission tonight to present this year's Missions in Music Awards. I think we can all agree that the narrative around environmentalism can feel really intimidating to most of us. And as we've seen in movements of the past, music is the most powerful and effective tool to speak to people on the deepest and most inclusive levels.
Music is culture. And before I was an environmentalist, I was a saxophonist. But thankfully, for all of you, I left my saxophones at home tonight. But whether you are a musician or environmental messenger, both are ways to look at our world through a meaningful lens. And that's why it's so meaningful that this year's Mission in Music Award is being shared by Billie Eilish and her mother, Maggie Baird, for their incredible work as role models for sustainable behaviors remarkably exhibited throughout Billie's current Happier Than Ever the World Tour, where informational eco-villages are present at every show, providing platforms for like-minded organizations to help and inform and inspire audiences around the world.
At its best, environmentalism is a family affair. And together, Maggie and her mom created Overheated in collaboration with Maggie's organization, Support and Feed, which takes action for a global shift to an equitable, plant-based food system to combat food insecurity and the climate crisis. Overheated debuted in London this past summer and brought together climate activists, musicians, and designers from all over to discuss the climate crisis and the work that they are doing to make a difference. Like Isaias, I resonated with music from an early age, and I actually wanted to study music production in college before I turned to environmental science and policy. But I've since realized that you need to reach the people where they're most at, and Billie has continuously done that. She has walked the walk throughout her career, implementing real change from within, and not just in the music industry, but in the fashion industry too. I'm not sure if y'all know this, but just last year, she used her platform at the Met Gala and demanded one of the biggest fashion labels in the world to discontinue their fur trade if they were to work with her. And they listened. She is also the executive producer for the groundbreaking documentary, They're Trying to Kill Us, which examines the intersections of food, disease, race, and poverty. And she continues to use her platform to encourage and educate others in doing what's right for humanity, the animal kingdom, and our planet. Billie has shown all of us the power of using your platform to make real change.
And the old saying that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree couldn't be truer when it comes to our mother and daughter honorees tonight. What this activist, actress, environmentalist, humanitarian, and yes, mother to two great artists has done to inspire and educate not just her children, but all of us through her important work with Support and Feed inspires us daily to be here because we share their passion to heal our overheated planet. Here to accept their Missions in Music Award tonight, Billie Eilish and Maggie Baird.
you. That was way too nice, you guys. Oh my gosh. I was not expecting all that. Oh my God, I really thought I was gonna come here and I don't know. I don't know. I was really excited to come here and be part of this and be just really here in support is really all I was expecting, and I did not think any of that would be said, and you guys need to shut up about me. I love you so much. You know, I just feel like I feel like I know nothing all the time, and I feel like I never feel like I'm doing enough in a lot of ways, and especially within, you know, the environment and the world, and I'm always looking to do something else, and I feel that people aren't thinking about it as much as I want them to, and especially when I work with, you know, brands and we make things, and there's, you know, just the fashion industry, which I'm such a big fan of and really involved with. It's just like horribly upsetting the way that people aren't really thinking about it first. I mean, people are kind of thinking about it, but more like pretending to think about it. And I would just say that my mom has been the person that is always thinking about it. And in this way that I'm just so in awe of, and I don't want to say much because I want her to talk, but because you guys got to hear what this lady has to say. But again, I feel like I know nothing. I'm just trying to do what I can, and I just go to her for anything that I like need to know. And she really, this one, she deserves really everything that I have. I feel like that I'm like living almost the life that she should have, and I'm kind of always just trying to do what I think my mom would want me to do, and she's just always thinking ahead, and she cares so much about the world and people and animals and beings, and I love my mom, and she's really the reason that I give a fuck. And yeah, and you guys should give a fuck too, and I know you guys do, but everybody else should as well. And I wish that this, like, I want this to be a big fucking deal, like the biggest deal in the world. Like, and I hope that this kind of night can be, you know, it's obviously a big deal, but I hope that it can be one of the biggest in the future. And anyway, let's listen to my mom talk.
Hi, thank you so much. Billy, thank you. Isaias and Wawa, thank you so much. I'm honored to just be in your presence, as you know. You know, this event is so nice, and I appreciate the honor. I think probably I, like many of you, have a real conflicted feeling about dressing up and going to a party when you spend your life visiting and experiencing the terrible situations that affect so many people. It's really hard to feel justified in this, but why do we do it? Because it's really important that we tell stories. And all of you out here are telling the story, and that's how we'll make real change. So being here to tell a story, and for me, being here to say a lot of thank yous. So I want to start with some thank yous, and I'm going to start with my family, my husband Patrick, Phineas, and Billy. Thank you for bearing with me. I don't think it was super easy to be my children. Nobody really enjoys it when you forbid them from using paper towels, when you eschew all Christmas gift wrap and insist on sewing cloth bags for every single gift, when you give them the stink eye when they walk in with a single-use plastic bag or coffee cup. I know that I was annoying, and and I'm still annoying. And the crazy thing is, you all went on to have these amazing talents and developed this enormous platform that let me finally do the thing that I wanted to do most, which was feed people and talk about climate change. So kind of ironic, because now I'm never going to shut up and leave you alone. But thank you. I love you so much, and I'm so grateful to you for allowing me to do that. I also have some big thank yous. I'm going to read it so I don't mess any of them up. I want to thank everyone from Billy's management team, her label at Darkroom, and Interscope for supporting us to incorporate sustainability across all aspects of Billy's world. Thank you. And for the creation and execution of the event Overheated, as well as the documentary film, I want to accept this in partnership with Mike Malick and Naza Alakija. The Wasserman Agency was so important, Live Nation, and the staff of the O2 Arena, which hosted our event and went way beyond, and that made sure we had only vegan food in the arena for 6 of Billy's shows, all 6 of Billy's shows. Everyone at Reverb and Kurt Langer for helped us introduce the music day that we did with Overheated. And most of all, I want to thank the activists, the innovators, and the filmmakers who made Overheated so unique and empowering. I especially want to thank Allison Kingsley, Jeanette Fernandez, and the staff, volunteers, and the board of Support and Feed. This one's for you, I believe, who worked so tirelessly hard, not only on Overheated, but every single day. You are my heroes. I love you so much. All of you, please stand up, take a bow. Support and Feed, board members, volunteers, staff. Thank you so much. You deserve everything. And now just back to storytelling a little bit. When my kids were growing up, I led a lot of book clubs. From the time they were little, we sat in the park with a lot of kids and talked about books. And as they got older, of course, we read a lot of dystopian novels, as you do. And when we read those dystopian novels, all I could think of was, we're fucking living in a dystopian novel. This is it. The only problem is we're living like we're on page 10 of book 1. We're on book 4, like page 375. If it's Harry Potter, it's like 782. We have to start acting like where we are in that novel. This is urgent. This is urgent, and I just want to say that this book, this is the 50th anniversary of a book that changed my life, and I'm sure changed many of your lives. It's called Diet for a Small Planet. It was originally published in 1971. Get that through our minds, 1971. We've been incredibly slow to address the disaster, which is animal agriculture. And it's time. We don't have any time left. So I know there's a lot of you out here in the film industry. Please, use your platforms. Change your productions. Look at your craft services and the meals you serve your crew and the business lunches and the board meetings. We can't have any more climate summits where they serve lobster and steak. Those days have to be behind us. Someone from the New York Times said to me in a kind of a snarky kind of way, you can't eat your way out of climate change. Maybe. Plant-based food is not the only solution to climate change, but there's no solution without it. So we who have the privilege to choose what we eat, for the people who are most affected by climate change, who are the least, least responsible for causing it, we have the obligation. So please consider your plate and consider supporting organizations like Support and Feed. And we can write these last chapters and maybe even have a sequel. Thank you so much.
And now, because as Maggie says, we are stronger together, let's hear it for Missions in Music honorees.
I definitely suffer from climate anxiety, and I know that so many people my age do too. And it's overwhelming sometimes, but I really just wonder if, we're doing enough.
Well, global temperatures are on track to break another record this year. Now, the latest data provides strong insights regarding long-term climate change.
The problem is capitalism.
The people that are supposed to make changes, they don't give a shit.
We are in for dramatic physical change.
I remember days where I wouldn't be able to leave my house because the roads would turn into rivers, and it would look like you're in a post-apocalyptic movie scene.
When I saw the floods, when I saw the landslides, I decided I had to do something about it.
Honestly, I just feel like Western civilizations should just reevaluate their own knowledge about everything.
War, famine, fire and flood, poverty. Halt climate change is our priority.
It can be quite a bewildering experience to think that you're anxious about the future, but now the future is happening, and I'm still feeling these same emotions.
This is our culture, this is our history, and it's actually our future.
What's really important is that we don't lose hope, that we feel that change is possible.
Yesterday, world leaders were not ready to listen. Today, they are ready to listen. Tomorrow, I dare believe they will be ready to act.
I do have hope that another world is not only necessary for all of us, but it's actually possible.
The only thing we have to do absolutely is we have to halt climate change.
None of us is perfect. There is always so much more we could be doing. But the little things we do matter.
Here to perform live to celebrate tonight's Missions in Music honorees, please welcome to the stage singer-songwriter Bishop Briggs.
I'd hold you when everything went dark, but God, it's so dark out. Still feel you in my bed. I wish I could hold you, but I'm holding my
you so much.
Thank you, Bishop. In years past, I've had the great honor of making the Emma Green Seal presentation, honoring those who had risen to the challenge of making their productions more sustainable. But this year, the honor goes to a man and a very gifted actor.
Thank you, Wendie.
No, not you, David. A real actor.
I understand.
Please welcome the star of films including Into the Wild, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Dig, Emil Hirsch.
Thank you, Wendie and David, for that introduction and for saving the planet. Not necessarily in that order. What a pleasure to follow these two. And now I am so happy to help EMA celebrate this year's winner of the EMA Green Seal. In case there's any confusion, the EMA Green Seal is not an adorable semi-aquatic fin-footed mammal, but a very important recognition program honoring excellence in sustainable production. With the urgency of the climate crisis, more organizations are focusing on the urgency of reducing carbon emissions, and our production world is no exception. And beyond that, our amazing Green Seal recipients are tackling other important ways to make our business more sustainable, including plastic and waste reduction, set material use, and food donation. And lots of people are doing their part. That's why this year, I'm thrilled to say we are honoring 255 EMA Green Seals, including 124 Gold Seals. And that doesn't even count 22 Student Green Seals. To all of this year's EMA Green Seal recipients, thank you for making this business a better and more sustainable place. Thank you all. And now please take a look at our 2022 EMA Green Seal recipients and enjoy your dinner.
Please welcome the creative director of Emma and the director of 2 feature films this year, Dig and Slayers, Asher Levin.
What is up, everyone? Are we having a good time? Great. We do have awards tonight. I just want to let you know. So first off, let's give a big round of applause for our incredible honorees, nominees, and winners this evening. And a big thank you to Bishop Briggs for your beautiful performance. She's coming back later. So stay tuned for another performance. And we have another performance as well. Also, the food, right? Yeah, we're doing vegan right this year. This year, we have the pleasure of working with Nick's on Beverly. And I mean chef's kiss. And after the awards, stick around for more eats as Nick's on Beverly's sister restaurant, Monty's Good Burger, will be serving vegan burgers while we celebrate with our friend and DJ Samantha Ronson. Which reminds me, special shout out to DJ Julia Sandstrom for the cocktail hour music and the dinner music. So what does Emma do? Well, I'd like to tell you. Don't worry, this won't take long and you can eat while you listen or not eat, not listen at all. Just eat. The Environmental Media Association is a 501c3 organization that is 32 years old and counting. For over 3 decades, we are the only environmental organization dedicated to changing the world by changing minds. Working with the most fascinating, intelligent, and provocative thinkers in the most exciting space for storytelling, Hollywood, to educate the public about our planet's needs, and our planet's future. What began with TV showrunners and a small group of filmmakers has now become a large, cutting-edge community of all facets of media: TV, film, digital, and music. Throughout the years, we have shepherded several internal programs, but since the pandemic, Mother Nature's most recent reset, Emma has focused its eye on embracing its role as the mouthpiece of the environmental community with 3 central programs: Emma Impact, Emma Green Seal, and the Emma Activist Board. Together, we are confident these 3 programs will help reshape the entertainment community as a leader in the environmental space. Let's start with the Emma Impact program. A little over half a decade ago, we created the Emma Impact Summit as a 2-day event focused on commercial sustainability, breakthrough technology, and climate science. Our little conference that could now boasts a sister program, Emma Talks, which is a weekly digital interview series, standalone events throughout the year focusing on impact-oriented programs, and of course, continuing our annual Impact Summit, which in 2022 created billions of media impressions with no small help from our partners at The Hollywood Reporter and their Pictures for the Planet. As much as we love to promote new brands, ideas, and boots-on-the-ground action, Emma also believes we have to commit to looking internal in our entertainment community to lead by example as well. And that is what the Emma Green Seal program is all about. The Emma Green Seal program was created almost 20 years ago to reduce waste on sets. Back then, this was a simple guideline of how to recycle better, print less paper, and figure out a way to have messengers not deliver too many scripts a day. Today, we have a checklist of literally hundreds of items that TV shows and films and digital programs work tirelessly to follow and receive our Emma Green Seal and our Gold Seal, and more importantly, make a difference. Leadership from sustainability officers at all major studios aid in updating this checklist with more and more innovations. And our Entertainment Emma Green Seal has since been adapted for many different business sectors, from storefronts to hospitality vis-a-vis our partnership with Montage International, to commercial real estate development like our new partners Hudson Pacific, who own this very backlot. To all of you who helped to support the Emma Green Seal program, we really thank you. Finally, our exciting new program, the Emma Activist Board, which you've been hearing about tonight. Steered by Emma's head of communications, Jay Zazinski, and board chair, Wawa Gatheru, the Emma Activist Board is a community of diverse young adults who are writing their own story on climate action via all platforms of media. Together, Emma and our activist board are working daily to tell stories and educate Generation Z directly in the forums they view hourly, with one goal and one goal only, to make a change. You can read much more about this program and our others on our website and meet many of our Emma Activist Board members tonight and support their work. They are so, so inspiring. Together, Impact, supposed to be there. It'll be there soon. There we go. Impact, Green Seal, and the Emma Activist Board. Our programs of today for a more hopeful future. Please enjoy the rest of the night. Get ready for the second part of our show. And to learn a bit more about our Impact program, please watch this video. Thanks.
Good morning and welcome everyone to Pendry, West Hollywood. It's an honor to host the Environmental Media Association Impact Summit at Pendry for the second time at this hotel and be part of such a distinguished group of solution creators.
We're all here because we know that being respectful and responsible to our natural resources does not limit innovation or lifestyle.
After 2 decades of working hand in hand with the heads of sustainability at all the major studios, the Emma Green Seal has become the gold standard in guidelines for sustainable practices on sets and beyond.
It's panels like this that actually remind me of when all of this work started and the importance of collaboration. The important collaboration across the industry, not only to create the compelling content that we produce for audiences worldwide, but to do so in a sustainable way.
The idea of inspiring and educating the masses, but first you have to go to the industry that you're dealing with and say, if we do this, this, and this will be the positive effect of that. No question.
People don't realize every single piece of plastic that has ever been produced since plastic was invented in the early 20th century is still with us.
And I think that it's incumbent on us to weave in the organic truth, because we don't always want to show a Pollyanna world because it's unfair.
67% of 6 to 9-year-olds believe that their primary motive in life will be saving the world. And I can't imagine the psychological weight of that on his brain right now.
What's in the DNA of this generation that makes them so much more powerful and hopeful in the face of adversity?
So wherever we look, there's something happening. We can't just plug in our headphones. It's everywhere we go. And even though that can be really disenchanting and really disheartening to constantly see so many things happening in the media, it's also so much easier to find solidarity.
I think all of us have a grasp of what climate storytelling is, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on what ethical climate storytelling is.
Previous mainstream environmental narratives and storytelling was focused on a savior narrative that can actually have material impacts on the way that story is told and how people interpret where those resources need to go, who gets those resources.
It talks about communities, it talks about multi-species of humans, animals, living, non-living systems that in it itself our hearts have been attached to.
We need more resources, support and funds and mentorship and everything under the sun. But at the end of the day, that's still not stopping people from telling their stories in a way that's authentic.
As people connect and fall in love with these animals and the worlds they live in and start to see their problems, you begin to hear this question being asked by the audience, which is, well, what can I do?
We spent 5 years making Finn. I made a movie to help people want to care about sharks because 100 million a year are being killed. And I was like, how is that possible? 50 years ago, we got together to save the whales. Then we did it for dolphins, we did it for elephants and ivory, and if we don't do it for sharks now, they won't be able to recover.
We're killing 100 million sharks. Half the Great Barrier Reef was gone. I have 3 daughters, and I was up on the boat one night under all the stars, and I'm like, I don't think my girls are gonna be able to see the things that I'm seeing.
There's a massive industry that is destroying the ocean and being funded by
us to do it and by government.
How can we educate people about the ocean, and how can we show people that the ocean is our biggest ally in fighting the climate crisis? So we started Seaweed Naturals, and we're combining restoratively farmed seaweed and regeneratively farmed cannabis to save the planet.
We believe at Toyota that by getting more of us involved, we have a better chance of reducing emissions and ultimately achieving zero carbon.
How to make it affordable, we need to focus on infrastructure. First, we got to start with implementing some type of factory where individuals can work at that's from the community. They can earn the income. Then when the product releases, the Tundra, all of the other amazing vehicles that Toyota has to offer, it's easily affordable. The people from the community will buy it because they engage with who's engaging with them.
Toyota spends over $1 million an hour on R&D. But R&D is meant not just to say, how do we actually make just different cars? How do we focus on quality of life?
Fuel cell technology is amazing. I can personally say that I've actually been a massive fan of it.
The 710 freeway coming out of the Port of Long Beach is one of the filthiest corridors in America. If all we did was clean up that corridor with 18-wheelers coming out of that port, and you can store hydrogen there.
And our same global leader is Akio Toyoda, and he makes sure every single one of the leaders share his vision. And right now, that vision is mobility for all.
All these big factories, farms are taking over. That was always important, and still it's today, to really support the farmers out there. I said, I don't want to have somebody who is sitting in an office make the money. I want the farmers to make the money.
No company is the greenest in the world. You're at one point today, and your hope is to be at a more sustainable and more greener point tomorrow.
We invested in a company called Cruise Foam. So Cruise takes what normally would be waste in shellfish exoskeletons, chitin, which all goes to a landfill, and they take that waste and they have found a process to make it into a styrofoam replacement.
I think that we need to constantly be reaching new audiences. We cannot sit back and pretend that we are speaking to people when we're in fact not speaking to people.
We started asking them, well, what do you think about meshes? They know this is something you can actually have for 30 years.
That's 3D knit. That's what you're sitting in.
This is insane.
So there's zero waste. We select the inputs. It's all made of 100% recycled polyester. We were always told to be good stewards of the land. Right. What can you do, to pass this along to the next generation?
What are you guys doing at Clover to improve sustainability?
So we work with small family farms. And at first they thought we were crazy when they agreed not to use BST. They thought we were crazy to adopt, American Humane Association animal welfare standards. But over time, they stopped thinking that we were crazy because it worked, it resonated.
I think the wine industry is very responsible on that. This year, 98% of the water went back to the plants. 93% of all the solid wastes were recycled.
So how do we reconnect the people that buy clothes to the stories of the people who make the clothes?
The project of fast fashion has been to alienate us from the source of where we buy things, where it comes from, and all the hands it touches, right? To opt out of that is to opt out of trend culture.
The project of fast fashion is one thing, but the project of distraction in our society is a much bigger conversation.
A lot of folks think that sustainability and you can't make money. You actually can. You can be very successful doing it. So there's a bit of that stigma. I think we have to break that apart.
So what we're doing is creating carbon negative textiles for the apparel industry. And the way that we do that is with enzymes. We're replacing this massive CO2 output that the industry does today with hopefully something that can be carbon negative.
And working in clean beauty, I can tell you it is tough because clean, what is clean? What does it mean to everybody? I can tell you what it means to us. It means that we source our ingredients from ethical resources and manufacturers. We have clean energy manufacturing. Clean beauty is actually made in a biodynamic farm in Italy.
As we know, climate is everywhere, thus it's affecting every aspect of the body. And so my actual interest is just educating health providers on that in general. A lot of health providers don't know how climate is actually impacting their own specialty.
I think as a society, we've completely failed our social compact to one another with just the simple thing of like,
wear your damn mask on an airplane.
Right.
Get your vaccine because it's actually going to be better for your elderly neighbor.
It's not
And
political.
we've weaved away from that.
The way that I sell it to people is environmental justice and climate justice is a vehicle for health equity, right? You can't get to health equity if you don't address environmental injustice.
If you think about it, all of the activities that we've talked about today have been about all of us collectively together being better than any one of us. All of us are better than any one of us.
Please welcome Toyota's General Manager for the Los Angeles region and a great friend of Emma, Diana Davis.
Good evening, everyone. And wait, we need to clap for that amazing dinner that we're eating right now. It is truly awesome. Where are you, Debbie? Thank you to Emma, first and foremost, for giving Toyota the opportunity to be part of such an amazing event. And to you, Debbie, for really sharing and championing a vision of a sustainable future, and for over 20 years of partnership and storytelling together. I have to say, Maggie, I could have really, on a personal note, listened to you forever. They said earlier that environmentalism was a family affair. And there's a lot of parents and their children here tonight. My son is here. And listening to you and seeing the love and respect your children have for you, it has made this night even more powerful. So I want to say thank you. And I think there is no more important place or better place to be than here tonight. Because all of us here tonight, whether you're with Emma, a partner, just choosing to be here, we've chosen to be here and support a conversation that champions sustainability. And that's extremely, extremely important. For Toyota, sustainability has been one of our core values. And I'll tell you, I've been with Toyota for 30 years. And our plan to encourage a conversation for sustainability, and all of us here, the industries represented tonight, are doing more than just having a conversation. We are also setting the course with actions. I think it's important to remember that it's how we respond to what we are experiencing on the road to sustainability that ultimately defines all of us. And for Toyota, our response is to reduce our carbon footprint by 90% across the company before 2050. This includes reinvestment in our products, in our plants, and our corporate facilities. And one major step towards that goal is our plan to invest $7 billion over the next 8 years on carbon reducing and carbon neutral vehicles, roughly half of which will be invested in battery electric vehicles. So, yeah. We believe the future is electrified, and the real enemy in the fight against climate change is carbon. And I know a lot of you here tonight believe that too. So while our plan is not easy, very simply put, we will provide customers carbon reducing or carbon neutral vehicles that will fit their lifestyles. For some, that might be battery electric vehicles like the BZ4X that is on display tonight. I hope you saw it. For others, it might be fuel cell electric vehicles powered by hydrogen like our Mirai that's currently on the road today. Or it might be an electrified plug-in and hybrid or full hybrid. We plan to also partner with an incredible dealer body like the LA Car Guy's very own Mike Sullivan and my dear friend who is here tonight. And together, we will play a big role in the transition to sustainable mobility for all. So, there's some big wine glasses on the table tonight. If you're willing to toast one another, and there are a lot of families here and you can put water in them, please raise your glass and toast to recognizing that our experiences are not only what happens to us, but also how we choose to respond along the journey. And there are many wonderful choices highlighted here tonight. We should all be proud of being here tonight, supporting Emma. Toyota's proud of our partnership with Emma. Thank you again, Debbie, and salud. Cheers.
To honor her friend and collaborator, Nikki Reed, please welcome her longtime friend and collaborator, the acclaimed director of 13 and Twilight, among many other films, Catherine Hardwicke.
Hey, everybody. I just want to say one thing to Maggie, wherever you are. When you pulled out that book there you are. You pulled out that book, and when I was 17, my boyfriend showed me that book, and I read it, and I dropped my fork and said, I'll never eat meat again, and I never have. Woo! So, yay, I love it, and it's such an easy thing to do to make the world a better place. Yay. So anyway, I'm so happy to be here tonight to help Emma honor a friend, a collaborator, an actress, an environmentalist, and somebody that I really love. That's Nikki Reed. And she is being honored for so many reasons, including her innovative work as a founder and CEO of Bayou with Love. Yeah, which is a beautiful, her jewelry is gorgeous. It's a sustainable lifestyle and fine jewelry brand. Now, even as a little girl, Nikki had this great sense of style. When I met Nikki, she was 5 years old. She was curious. She was funny, smart as a whip. We would, hey, helicopter. Let's see. We would run out on the Venice boardwalk near my house and just do like crazy comedy improv. Like I asked this tourist one day, hey, do you want to adopt a kid? And then little Nikki just goes, I'll wash your windows for you. You know, so she was always creative and would just do anything, go with the flow. But at 13, Nikki changed. She started facing all these new pressures to grow up too soon, to be a hottie, to fit in, you know. So I tried to encourage Nikki, let's get back in touch with your creativity, you know, and find your joy again. Let's go surfing, let's draw pictures. But Nikki said, well, I want to act. I want to be an actor. So I was like, oh my God, that's going to be crazy, add all these new pressures to your life. But we decided to write our own screenplay and make a story that could tell Nikki's stories as a way to change her narrative. Now, back then, I had never directed a film. Nikki had never acted, but over the winter holidays of her 8th grade school year, the two of us improv'd, and we wrote the first draft of the movie 13. Yeah, if you guys saw it. It changed both of our lives. Our little indie movie went all the way to Sundance, Academy Awards. Nikki won an Independent Spirit Award at age 14. Bravery and courage. And Nikki and I went on to work together on Lords of Dogtown, which Emile Hirsch starred in, yay. And she played a hot vampire in Twilight. And now my dear friend Nikki has grown into her amazing life in entertainment and is a leading environmentalist and designer. Like Nikki, Bayou with Love has this positive impact on the planet. I'm so proud of the person Nikki's become. I mean, she's got so many passions, and she's always just doing something new. She's an entrepreneur, an actress, a designer, a photographer, a songwriter, and now she's a mom. That five-year-old little girl, Nikki, that I got to know so many years ago is now a wonderful mother to her own 5-year-old girl. So that's pretty exciting, and it is my great pleasure to present the Innovator Award to my friend, your friend, and a loving friend to the planet, Nikki Reed.
That was so sweet. Thank you so much, Catherine. I know you have a lot going on, so thank you for being here tonight. Okay, I have paper. It's recycled. No one panic. Before I say anything else, I just have to thank Debbie and the EMA for bringing together such a wonderful group of people year after year and asking me to say a few words. I'm a mom, I run a company, I have 3 other jobs, so I never put on lipstick, and I really never shave my legs, so this is good. Success. So I just want to start by saying that I really hope that this evening can serve as a classroom for all of us to remain lifelong students, not educators, but students. And the reason I say that is because I've always felt like the difference between an educator and a student is one thing, and that is curiosity. Curiosity is, in my opinion, the key to change. Being interested in new things, caring about new things, having compassion for new things, all of that comes from one place, and that is curiosity. So may we all continue to remain curious in our lives. So quick story. I hate teleprompters, sorry. I'm just gonna go right here. The start of my love for activism actually came from animals, and I have my mom to thank for that, and she's here and she never comes anywhere, so yay, Mom. So my mom basically let me bring home anything that had a heartbeat, and I would say fur, but I brought home so many things that didn't have fur. I mean, I was a disaster. It was like mice, rats, could have been a possum at some point. I had a coyote in a diaper once, a raccoon in a diaper, really bad. There's probably laws that we won't talk about after this, but 2 months ago I had my goat in a diaper in the house, so I guess I have not grown out of that yet. Yeah, thanks. One person loved that, thank you. So, where am I? I'm somewhere. As a result of this sort of unintended hoarder situation, I found this love for something outside of myself, and I think that is such an important part of what we're all doing here tonight, is trying to find love for something outside of ourselves. And change takes commitment, but it is time to knock it down. Every door, every business, every home, if there isn't a triple P built in, people, planet, profit, it can go. Every business model can go. Change is uncomfortable, and it makes us have to do things differently, think differently, operate differently, compromise, go out of our way, but change starts with caring so deeply about something outside of yourself that you will go the extra mile. You will hold yourself accountable. Curiosity, compassion, accountability. So 5 years ago, I quit acting. I started my entire, she hates when I say that. I quit acting and I started my entire life over, and I did something really scary. I left the only career I had ever known to take a chance on myself. And I set out to start a company that could create an intersection where sustainability, tech, and business would collide. I wanted to see change through commerce. I wanted to connect with culture. I wanted to impact culture in a different way. And I don't know that I've done any of that, but I know that I'm here and that I've tried to carve a path for myself, and I was willing to get uncomfortable. And I will say the most valuable tool that I now have in my toolbox for creating effective change actually came from this very stage, from Jonathan Safran Foer. Yes, far more articulate than I am. So I'm going to borrow it and I'm going to share it with you here, which is make yourself a list, a tangible list, write it down, stick it on the fridge. We all love a fridge list, right? And maybe it's this year I want to fly less for work, or that's my commitment to the planet. Maybe you don't want to support factory farming. Maybe it's, yes, regenerative agriculture, permaculture. Maybe you're going to adopt a more plant-based diet, support local artists, local makers. Whatever it is, research like hell and stick to it, because there is nothing better than showing our kids that we can make a plan, that we can commit to something, that we can do it. Yeah. So you guys, imagine the conversations that will come up around the dinner table as a result, and the curiosity that will be sparked as a result, and the compassion, those key words, curiosity, compassion, accountability. Lastly, I'm just going to say that a few days ago I had the honor of listening to my personal hero, Dr. Jane Goodall, love her, speak for the millionth time, because I'm basically like a stalker of hers at this point, so I know them all. I take notes. She was talking about the interconnectedness of life, and I was left with this beautiful visual of how we really are all one. This mural that she painted with her words of our forests and our oceans and our animals, and how, if we think of it as this sort of gorgeous living tapestry, then when every species goes, it's like pulling a thread from that tapestry, and there are only so many threads we are unraveling. Visualize that with me. And also, we only protect what we love, so we really need to teach our kids to fall in love with nature. Otherwise, there's no future. So, if we're sitting in this room tonight, it's because we are privileged enough to be here, which means we are privileged enough to take the extra time and money and resources, and we are privileged enough to get uncomfortable, you guys. Because I don't know about you, but I don't want to look back at my children, if I have more than one, or grandchildren in 50 years' time and say, I'm sorry. I want to look back and say, I was there and I did something.
To sing tonight to honor her friend Nikki Reed, please welcome television and Broadway star Nicolette Robertson and Braves.
Was on fire, we don't know who lit it. House of cards and we all living in it. I'm home, there's no place I'd rather be. Getting tired, we won't go admit it. We fly higher as we're sinking in it. I'm home, there's no place I'd rather be. Our world's spinning around, abusing our ground. We're losing our gravity. Too close to the sun, what we've become's a distant memory. Our world's on fire. Where do you want to be? Misery loves company. There's no place I'd rather be. Can you imagine? Is your dream vivid? We are the famine. Why aren't we livid? I'm home. Where would you rather be? Oh, world's spinning around, abusing our ground. We're losing our gravity. Too close to the sun, what we've become's a distant memory. Our world's on fire. Where do you want to be? Misery loves company. There's no place I'd rather be. Our world's on fire. Where do you want to be? Misery loves company. There's no place I'd rather be. Even with hearts on fire, even with dark desires, we're home. There's no place I'd rather be. Our world's on fire. Where do you want to be? Misery loves company. There's no place I'd rather be. The world's on fire. Where do you want to be? Misery loves company. There's no place I'd rather be. Even with hearts on fire, even with dark
Please welcome Emma board members Marlin Ackerman and Jack Donnelly, and the founder of Brown Girl Green and co-founder of Green Jobs Board, Christy Drutman.
All right. So to win our comedy award tonight, you have to do exactly what Jack here did to win my heart. You have to make me laugh, and you have to make me think.
That's lovely. I didn't realize that's why you were with me. I thought it was my sick dance moves.
That too. You want to do some right now?
Yeah.
And Jack and I want to say we're seriously thrilled to be sharing this moment with Christy, who's doing such wonderful work as an environmental media messenger with Brown Girl Green and the Green Jobs Board.
Absolutely. Let's hear it for the accomplished and annoyingly youthful Christy. Speaking of younger, the Paul Younger Wit Comedy Award was renamed in 2019 after a legendary producer who did so much to bring our world great comedies like Golden Girls, Soap, Benson, shows that Marlon and I will be screening for Christy for her further education and entertainment.
Thank you, Marlon and Jack. Our nominees in this category are three very different but all very funny comedies loved by multiple generations, even including mine. These are the outstanding nominees for the Paul Younger Wit Comedy Award. 1, Abbott Elementary art teacher. Number 2, American Dad, Dr. Sanderson's Sunsuckers. And 3, Curb Your Enthusiasm, The Watermelon.
All right. And the Emma Award goes to Abbott Elementary art teacher.
I am not the star of Abbott Elementary. She couldn't be here tonight. The cast couldn't. They wanted to be. They thank you very much. So they called in the big guns, who also couldn't make it. So we're here.
In our episode of Abbott Elementary, we had 2 teachers plant a vegetable garden, and we were just thinking how much better the world would be if every TV show planted a vegetable garden. So we're looking at you, House of the Dragon.
Yeah. But for real, thank you so much to everyone here. I want to thank, obviously, all of the writers, cast, and crew, Warner Brothers, ABC, and honestly, for everyone here to share the knowledge that you have, and to, I know it's not easy to do that, and it's annoying when it's met with resistance, and it's really cool that it's to be here in a room full of people who, now that we know better, we're doing better, and I hope we keep moving that forward.
Very inspiring.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, if you thought one young inspirational activist was cool, get ready, hold on to your socks, because we have another young inspirational activist. Christy, you're good. Thank you very much. One more time for Christy.
So joining us now to present the Drama Award, please welcome another passionate young activist and author who founded In the Loop and Weekly Earth Winds, Zara Biabani.
What a pleasure to be standing here with both of you at the beautiful Sunset Studios. A fun fact about this fabulous lot that we're on right now, they've made composting and recycling available throughout their studio, and the lots are working to streamline the process of collection for all productions. And now to present the 2022 EMA Award for Television Episodic Drama.
to me. We've all learned a lot these last few years about drama. Some of it was on television. Thank you.
So here are 3 TV shows that found drama in one of the most high-stakes issues of our times.
These are the nominees for television episodic drama. Number 1, The Man Who Fell to Earth, New Angels of Promise on Showtime. Yellowstone, Keep the Wolves Close on Paramount Network. And Joe Pickett, A Monster at the Gate from Paramount Television Studios. And the EMA award goes to, oh gosh, Yellowstone, Keep the Wolves Close.
Yellowstone is currently in production and could not be here, unfortunately, so I'll take it. Thank you very much. But we promise to bring them this award and maybe create some drama when we do. Thank you.
Together to present the Hollywood Reporter Pictures for the Planet Emma Awards for documentary film and documentary series, Emma's Executive Board co-chair, Lance Bass, and a young activist and the CEO of the eco-friendly fashion company Maya's Ideas, Maya Penn.
Hello. All right, well, first of all, how great it is to see Wendie, Malick, and David Spade back together again tonight. Oh, yeah. I think I speak for everyone here when I say they should be booked right now to host this show again in 22 years. So I'll see you here in 2044. And speaking of a very bright future, I want to say I feel honored to be sharing this Emma stage with this amazing young activist, Maya Penn.
Thank you so much, Lance. It is such an honor to be standing with you here tonight at the Emma Awards to present not one, but 2 very important and powerful awards.
That is very true. The goals of Emma are so aligned with The Hollywood Reporter in terms of educating and motivating through storytelling. Our collaboration on Pictures for the Planet at the Emma Impact Summit was a tremendous success. Yeah. And we are so excited to be building on this partnership moving forward.
So we are so excited to present the awards for the inaugural Hollywood Reporter Pictures for the Planet Emma Award for documentary film and documentary series.
Yeah, and if an award show presenters were paid by the word, this would be the most sought-after award in history.
For the record, we are not being paid by the word or at all, but these are still incredibly sought-after honors, as you can see from the excellent work from all of the nominees who shared important truths about this planet we all share.
Here are the inspired nominees for our first The Hollywood Reporter Pictures for the Planet Emma Award for documentary film. Oh, is this me? Eating Our Way to Extinction. Finn from Discovery Plus. Burning, Amazon Studios, and Youth Unstoppable, the rise of the global youth climate movement. And the Emma Award goes to
Eating Our Way to Extinction.
Wow. I'm not very good at this normally, so you're normally kept behind camera for good reason. I'm Ludo Brockway. I co-directed this with my brother, also Brockway. This is a producer. It really feels like a great honor to get this. It's been a 6.5 year project for us guys, and there were points where we never thought we would get there. I would like to say a very big thank you to the Emmas. Events like this really go a very, very long way to pushing sustainability and to climate change, and having so many big names out there sort of learning and educating and teaching everyone. It's huge. So thank you for honoring us and seeing the film. We needed to encompass a big voice that was Mother Earth, and we couldn't have done that without the wonderful Kate Winslet. So a big thank you to her. Being a director of photography at heart, I have traveled the world far and wide, and what I've seen and what I've experienced is that the world really is a truly magnificent place. I've seen from mountain ranges to arid deserts, the subtropical rainforests. And the world is basically built up on a foundation, and there are plenty of building blocks, and what we're doing is pulling out these building blocks, the very foundations. And I've really noticed that the world is in some way crumbling. For over 2 decades of filming, I have witnessed biodiversity disappearing at an exceedingly fast rate. From our amazing, beautiful forests around the world, they're depleting of wildlife. Rich woodlands becoming barren landscapes, and even our cities becoming void of birdsong. And this is happening in our lifetime. It really is. And we need to do something about it. The most majestic place I've ever been to is the Amazon rainforest. It's a place of grand wisdom. Many of the trees well over 1,000 years old, and each tree is a biosphere and an ecosystem of life. And each tree is home to hundreds of thousands of insects, to birds, to reptiles. And watching these trees fall and being cut down is just heartbreaking. You know, when they begin to fall, it sounds like a thunderstorm going off all around you. The ground rumbles like an earthquake, and then boom, silence. Their world gone. And this is happening every day, every hour, every minute, and every second. And it is getting faster and faster. You know, the number one driver of deforestation now in the world is animal agriculture. We now only have 50% left of our subtropical rainforests. And this is the lungs of our Earth, our lungs. And in just 7 years' time, we will only have 10% left. Really think about that, 10% of our lungs gone, left. Our aim in Eating Our Way to Extinction was to deliver a simple message around the world for us to make more informed decisions about the food that we eat. It's that simple, it's that crucial, and it's that urgent. It's a choice that all of us can make, and it will have a huge impact on all of our lives and all the lives and the natural systems upon which we rely on. It's not that the planet needs it, the planet is dependent on it. Thank you.
And now, the Hollywood Reporter Pictures for the Planet Emma Award for Documentary Series. The nominees are
The Next Thing You Eat, Sushi, Hulu. The Green Planet, Human Worlds, BBC. America the Beautiful, Brave New World, National Geographic. Meltdown, 3 Mile Island, The Accident, Netflix. And the Emma Award goes to
America the Beautiful, Brave New World.
Thank you so much. This is beautiful. My name is Dr. Raywyn Grant. I'm not a writer or a director or a producer, but instead I am one of the conservation scientists that was featured in this film. I heard Bill Nye is in the audience, so if you are still here, my PhD is because you inspired me way back when. It's absolutely true. So thank you to the Environmental Media Association for selecting our piece next to so many incredible contenders. A tremendous thank you to National Geographic, to Disney, to WildStar Films. It was incredible to work with all of you. Never in my life did I imagine that I, as a urban kid surrounded by skyscrapers, would one day be, spending most of my time in the field, protecting our planet's wildlife from extinction. But once I did get there, I definitely never thought that one day I would get to share a glimpse of all this dirty work I do, and that me and my colleagues do, trapping and tracking bears and bison and diving for ocean plastics and advocating for tribal lands. I never necessarily thought that that would show up in the public eye. But because of films like this, and because of believers like all of you out here tonight, we're here and we're recognized. The combination of science, scientists, community leaders, and intersectional environmental advocacy is more powerful than ever before. And adding media attention just gets us that much further. This award is for the Chippewa Cree tribe, who I worked with in Montana, releasing bison onto native lands. It's for American Prairie, Danny Kinka, Carlton Mord, Malia Beertus, Keith Rootsart, Alex Weber, Leah Torres, and Bernadette Dmitrieff were all featured as scientists or advocates in this film, as well as the amazing directors, producers, and crew, and of course our fantastic narrator, Michael B. Jordan, added a little something. This is just the beginning. Thank you all so much.
Please welcome Emma board member Emmanuel Shrieky, Sam Trammell, and the co-founder of the South Central Youth Leadership Coalition, recently named to the 2022 Time 100 Next list, Nayeli Kobo.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Woo! Reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one.
Wow, did you just come up with that, Emmanuel? Sounds very smart.
Well, I've been on the EMA board for well over a decade, and we are a very smart gang. Actually, that's right, we are a very smart gang. Those were the words of Albert Einstein.
Well, Emmanuel, I'm new to this world, but I'm so honestly impressed with the activism and with our partner right here.
Beyond impressed. Truly, truly, truly. We've been sitting at a table together, and I've gotten to speak with her. I'll be talking Sam's ear off all night about all these amazing young people here tonight because, well, that's just the kind of fun date that I am. But Nayeli, please know that we so admire the persistence of young activists like you and everyone you've helped bring together at the South Central Youth Leadership Coalition.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel and Sam. I feel very honored to stand here with you tonight and celebrate these storytellers who are putting some climate reality into their reality shows. These are the nominees. First, The End is Nigh, The Volcano Paradox. Second, Home Sweet Home, There's No TV. And third, Biggest Little Farm, The Return.
All right. And the Emma Award goes to The End is Nigh, The Volcano Paradox.
Sorry. Thank you, guys. Thank you all very much. Let's see. Let's start with, let's do this. Thanks to Universal Television Alternative Studio, Universal Content Productions, National Broadcasting Company, Peacock. There's some other information on the org chart, which is on the website. But seriously, thank you very much to the crew in Montreal. Thank you, Brandon Braga, who's here. Jeff Oken, who's a visual effects guy. You know, if you've seen the show, of course you've all seen it. There are a tremendous number of visual effects, but it's still storytelling. You know, I still love what I love about movies and television. It's still handmade. We're still getting a message across. And I just also want to thank Seth MacFarlane. And Seth MacFarlane's idea was, we got to scare people. That's why people watch conservative media, because they scare people. So Brandon and I made 6 disaster movies. And so if you haven't seen it, the first half goes very badly. But in the second half, we make the world better with science. And so if you're not optimistic, people, you're not going to get anything done. And that is, I'll just tell you, I was at the Environmental Media Association Awards back in the 20th century. And it wasn't Denny's. It was at the open air park on Sunset Boulevard, Will Rogers. And this event has grown tremendously. And so to Billy's vision, let's make the Environmental Media Association Awards a big deal. And then working together, we can, dare I say it, change the world. Let's go, people. Thank you.
Please welcome Emma board member and a star of 911 Lone Star, Ronan Rubenstein, and the executive director of One Up Action International, Kevin Patel.
Hello, everybody. Variety is the spice of life. Variety is also the spice of television, and as you could see amongst so many of you, fashion. And I think we both look pretty spicy tonight. What do you guys think? Okay. All right.
Like Ronan and I, this year's nominees for Variety Television all made bold statements that made a strong impression. These are the nominees.
Z-Way, Hot, Showtime. The Problem with Jon Stewart, Climate Change. And Saturday Night Live, episode 1812. All right.
And the EMA award goes to...
The Problem with Jon Stewart, Climate Change. Jon Stewart is back east tonight, but he sent a special message, and we will take this award and make sure he gets it on a first-class flight, please. Thank you.
What? We won? Oh my God. This is such a surprise. I don't have anything prepared. Wow. Thank you for this recognition. I'm so glad you enjoyed watching an old man literally yell about the sky. I do want to thank my staff, all the people who shared their stories with us. Most of all, I want to thank Ed Begley Jr. for drinking his own pee on camera. We told him, we can just, we can fake it. We can just put something else in there, iced tea, lemonade, whatever your kidney situation dictates. But he refused. He is committed, not just to the environment, but method acting. It's disturbing. But thank you again so much. I think this is recognition once again that show business is the most environmentally responsible industry that there is. Not wasteful in any way. I'm literally sitting on a pile of burning tires. We have got to get our act together. Thank you.
To present the Emma Award for Children's Television, please welcome the actor who will forever be known as Dr. Carlisle Cullen from the Twilight movies and the 15-year-old activist who started Genesis for Animals, Peter Fasinelli and Genesis Butler.
I'm so incredibly touched and honored to be here tonight. Honestly, so inspired. Nikki, I played Nikki's dad in a movie, and I'm eternally proud of you forever. I love you too. But speaking of movies, there's so many superhero movies being made today, but standing before you right here is a live superhero. Her name is Genesis Butler. She's only 15 years old. At age 15, Genesis has not wasted a moment fighting for our planet and all of our animal friends with whom we share it. Genesis, you've already led the youth climate save movement, right? She's a little nervous. I get nervous too. Do I have fake chicken in my teeth?
No.
Okay, good. I think I'm gonna go vegan after tonight. Thank you for inspiring me. I really am. I mean, she's also vegan, by the way. I didn't finish telling you all about Genesis, though. As a parent and as a citizen of the planet, I want to thank you for all that you've done.
Thank you, Peter.
I'm thrilled to share the stage with you for this great cause. And on behalf of all the young activists, it's comforting to know that we have grown-ups like you on our side.
Thank you. Well, I feel very blessed to be here tonight, and I am also thankful for all of the grown-ups who find fresh ways to bring sustainability messages into children's television shows.
From Teen Titans to Kid Correspondents to the Funhouse of Mickey Mouse, these are the nominees.
Teen Titans Go, polyethylene and terephthalate. I think it's Falate.
Kid Correspondent, which snack is the best for the planet?
And Mickey Mouse, Funhouse, one of my faves. Crystal clear waters from Disney branded television. And the EMA award goes to Kid Correspondent, which snack is the best for the planet?
Surprised. We were up against Mickey Mouse and Teen Titans, and we're little kid correspondents, so we're in great company, and thank you. We first of all want to thank you for having us here. We were a small show, and we put small children who were not professionals pretending to be investigative reporters about the environment, and it was a lot of work, and it was so satisfying, and we're so grateful to be here. Thank you to YouTube Originals, to Participant Media, to Soul Pancake for having us, and all of our writers, and Brad Montague for creating the brand to begin with. And
we want to especially thank our kid correspondents, Raya, Titus, Chloe, Christian, Ava, Rosie, Viviana, Maya, Jack Marcus, the other Ava, Rosie, and Perline, and all of the other incredible kids that we interviewed and learned about who are doing incredible things for the environment and our planet. It's been great seeing all the young activists here tonight, and we know that if the grown-ups here set them up for success, these kids will lead us to a brighter and greener future.
And it's our greatest wish. It's our greatest wish that, like Billy and her mom and everyone has said, if we can get these ideas in our kids' minds in fun and joy early on, they really can help save the world. Thank you.
Thank you.
To present the Emma Award for Feature Film, please welcome singer-songwriter, actress, and model Paris Jackson with a new Emma board member and a nominee tonight, film director, screenwriter, actor, and producer Eli Roth.
First, I just want to say that we've all met a lot of sharks in Hollywood, but everyone should see Eli's documentary Finn because it's amazing.
Thank you.
It's kind of like Jaws, except the sharks are the heroes and more realistically, the humans are the monsters.
Thank you, Paris. I'm so happy you're joining us tonight because you've been an amazing spokesperson for the environment. She was telling me about how she walked out of a fashion show years ago because they had branded animals without telling them. And she severed her relationship with the brand because of that. So she really walks the walk. It's great to... I hope that wasn't a secret story and that I just got you in trouble. Everybody keep that secret. We can cut that part out. It's great to be here at the Emma Awards, or EMA, or EMA. I've heard it 4 different ways, but everyone can pick your favorite way. I like Emma. As a nominee new board member, so please know I completely expect to win next year with the other documentaries I'm secretly making. But I also like to think I know a thing or two about terror. But trust me, I've got nothing on climate change and scary real-life characters who don't care anything about the planet we share. I last saw many of you at the last Impact Summit. And this is exactly what the Emma Award for Feature Film is all about. Filmmakers who've used the power of storytelling to make a meaningful impact. And our first nominee is an Oscar-nominated WGA award-winning film that's literally about a major impact event, Adam McKay's Don't Look Up, a movie that got many of the biggest stars in the world to come together to help save it.
Our other nominated film this year is Jurassic World Dominion, directed by Colin Trevorrow, the latest installment in the greatest dinosaur franchise in history.
Just to be clear, there are no dinosaurs that were served in the food tonight. None were harmed in the making of this award show.
That's very, very good to know. These are the nominees for feature film. 1, Don't Look Up, Netflix.
Jurassic World Dominion.
Let's do it.
And the Emma Award goes to...
You want me to do it?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Don't Look Up.
Adam couldn't be here tonight, but he sent us a message.
Hi, I'm Adam McKay, and I'm sorry I can't be with you tonight, but I want to thank the Environmental Media Association for this great honor and award. I'm actually on set right now for a commercial I'm shooting for Exxon. Don't judge, it's a really cool commercial. That's a joke. But seriously, making Don't Look Up was an incredible experience. The amount of people we connected with, climate activists, scientists, thinkers, futurists, was amazing and transformative for everyone involved in this movie. Sadly, since it came out, it's gotten nothing but more relevant as we've all seen the size, scope, and rate of the warming of the planet increase in terrifying, terrifying ways. So most of all, I want to thank the activists who are on the front lines every single day fighting this fight against fossil fuels. And I want to thank the climate scientists. Keep screaming, keep making your voices loud and heard. And I want to thank once again the EMA for everything you do for the planet through storytelling and entertainment. Have a great night.
Well, David had a 9 o'clock curfew, so he couldn't join me. But thank you all so much for being with us tonight. And before our dear friend Samantha Ronson kicks off the after party, here with one more song to take us home, please welcome back to the stage Bishop Briggs.
If you could walk on the water, if you could hop scotch on the trees, if you could fly the world in an hour, it would be no surprise to me. You don't need nobody to save you. There's always somewhere the rain's through, and you might not believe it, but I do. I just want you to see you're superhuman, bulletproof as can be. I know the truth is you can do anything. Gonna fight your superhuman, bulletproof as can be. I know the truth is you can do anything. Gonna fight your share of battles in the eye of the storm, but you'll get through it. You're superhuman. If only you could see yourself the way that I see, you'll get through it. 'Cause you're superhuman to me.
Thank you so much.